Alright YouTube, so this will be like the third installment of the 450 Bushmaster. First two videos, one was with the little gun load workup with the 225 FTX. The second one was with 296 with the 225 FTX, and then I've got a lot of requests for h110, so went out and got a pound of h110 and loaded up the 225s with the h110. Same thing. Now the next video is I'm going to start using the 240 grain XTP mags. So after this video I'll probably be done with the testing. I mean, I know some guys are using the IMR 4227, but around my area it's kind of hard to find, and it's pretty expensive. Like, I think I pay about $24 to $26 for a pound of little gun or h110, and for the 4227 it's like anywhere from $30 to $34 a pound. I don't know why, but so trying to like stay away from that for right now. I'll probably eventually end up testing it, but just not right at the moment. But so after we shoot these today, we'll start working on the 240s, and then probably the 300 XTPs, and then start looking for some other bullets. I'm trying to just kind of make a series out of this. But I loaded up 5 different charge weights with the h110, and I loaded from 41 to 45 again, same as the 296. So there's not really much data on the 225, so we kind of just got to go with what we go with and work our way up, watch pressure. So I already fired one shot and I hit an inch high at 100 yards, but I'm anxious to see how the h110 does versus the 296, because I used to load 44 mag and 454 Casul. The h110 always shot better, even though it's supposed to be the same powder, but I don't think it's really the same. But, so we'll shoot 3 more shots, do the same as we always do, go down, check the target, see how we're hitting. You know, these loads are a little bit above published data, so if you're gonna try these loads out, you know, this is for a bolt gun. I don't know how they do in an AR, but you know, just be careful. Alright, here we go. Pressure's fine with 41s, but we'll just keep an eye on it as we work up. I will say that h110 is about as soft as shooting as the 296, but it definitely shoots different. I can see it, you know. I can see it in just the first group. It does kick a little bit harder, but let's go down and check this one out. Alright, so there it is. That's 41 grain. If that gives you an idea. I don't know if you can see it. It's probably just a wee little bit over an inch. So I think that's a little better accuracy than what we were seeing out of 296. So let's go back and see what we can do with it. Alright, so as you can see, it shot pretty good on that first one. Pretty happy, but I forgot to say I'm using a CCI, what is it, the 200 I think is the small rifle. 200 or 400 I think is what it is. But just standard rifle primer, using the Lee dies with their Lee factory crimp, which puts a really nice crimp on there. 225 FTXs. So this will be the 42 grain charge. Take 4 shots. I loaded up 4 shots just because I had 20 pieces of brass, so you do 5 tests. Let's see how these ones go. I will say, it definitely kicks worse than the 296. It's got a little bit more thump to it. And why that is, I have no idea. So we'll check her out, see how this group goes. One went a little bit to the left. Primer's looking pretty flat. Nothing really to worry yet. I mean, we are making some pretty hefty powder increases with 1 grain at a time, but let's see how she does. Yep. Accuracy was lost right there. I'll show you here. I know both of those I squeezed off pretty good, so. And the primer looked a little bit flatter. Nothing major. It's about the same as it was the last time. Whew. We lost it all right there. Sit down and check it out. Well, you ready for this one? Oh, about probably a 4-inch group. Had 3 right there. I put 1 there at first. No, this was the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. And I was pretty much right on steady every time. So definitely probably by far one of the worst groups I've ever shot out of that gun. Let's go back and move up 1 grain. Well, that was disappointing. 41 looked really good, looked really promising, man. 42, that was at least a 4-inch group. And I know it wasn't me. Check the scope and everything, make sure, because I mean this thing kicks. Everything's still tight. I mean I don't know. That's probably the worst group I've shot out of this gun so far. 42 grains. I mean there's not really a lot of load date on those 225s, but that didn't look good. So I'm going to take a shot with this, check the pressure, and then hopefully this 43 tightens back up. Usually the higher I get in the charge weights, the better the gun shoots. I don't know. So let's take a couple cracks and hopefully scope ain't broke or something. Low. Pressure still looks good. And the primers are flat, but basically the same all the way through, like the 296 did. I'm not sure. Hopefully, I ain't losing control here of our load. I think they're shooting a little low. It's hard to tell because I've been using these same pieces of brass and they're starting to get pretty beat up. So, I don't see any extractor marks, but it's definitely starting to get beat up. I mean, I don't see any gouges from the extractors or nothing like that. It's just flattened primer. It's the same flat primer at 41, so I'll take another one here. So I can tighten back up. Let's check it out. Well, hopefully you can see it. There's 2 right there and 3 right there. So we tighten back up. Actually, that's not too bad. Like about an inch and a quarter, somewhere like that. Maybe a little less than 1.5 inches. It's actually not that bad. But at least we got our group back. So we'll work up 1 more charge and see what happens. Alright, well, looks like we got some accuracy back finally. The barrel's fairly warm. pretty warm and muggy out today, so I don't really think that really had too much to do with it, but like I said, that 42 grain was probably the worst group this gun ever fired, but 43 looked pretty good. 41 looked really good. So I'll take a crack at this. This is 44 grains, and shoot one, check the pressure. Always get a little nervous firing one, but just because these are pretty hefty grain increments, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, ready? I got a chipmunk sitting on the post right down in front of my target. Definitely pretty hefty fireball coming out of this thing. I want to try to get one of the new Savages or even the Ruger with a little longer barrel. I think you're losing so much unburnt powder coming out the sides. I have to say though, the h110 and the 296 are so much more comfortable to shoot than the little gun. The little gun's just so violent of an explosion. Well, but anyway, pressure signs look the same. Everything looks good. Just a slight flattening of the primer, but this gun seems to do that with every load, so. Yeah. Either the barrel's getting hot, or we're starting to get a little out of control here. It's like load to load with this H110s. I don't know. If my eyes are seeing correctly, it looks like it's not too bad, but I can't really tell. Alright, great. I can't. It's hard to see. I don't know if you can see this or not. It's just a flattened, like slightly flattened. Still has a little bit of roundness to it. Nothing I'd be worried about. It bears 44 grains. Well, at first I thought I was missing. This was my first shot. And my second. And then I didn't see where the third shot went. But this is actually 3 shots. If you look through the hole, you can see through like a clover leaf through that hole right there. So that's 4 shots. I mean, that's about an inch group. So that's probably the best so far. So let's see what 45 does and go from there. Alright, so let's try 45. Seems like 44 gave us our best accuracy, so let's see what this does. It's real muggy out today. My glasses keep fogging up. Alright, last one. Still not as bad a recoil, but holy fireball. I mean, it's like looking at the sun when you pull the trigger. Pressure. Every one of them look the same. Slightly flattened. No marks on the case. Still nothing to worry about. Definitely, you can tell the difference in those. That extra grain. Whew. I mean, very, very loud. Very concussive. The recoil's still not real bad there. I'm surprised. Yeah, recoil's a little bit bad. That one was me. I pulled that one. I need to move the scope. The scope's a problem too. It's back or forward just a little bit too much. Yep, that's the problem too. That's why my roots are jumping just a little bit. But here, let's let's go check it out. Alright, that one was me, but that's 4 shots right here. That one I had the scope was back just a little bit, so hopefully that helps you out. We'll start doing some other testing on some other stuff here soon, so thanks for watching.